like a war zone around here.
The idea is to keep the war from getting in.
How's the whips race coming, Congressman?
Congressman. Congressman.
How's the whips race coming, Congressman?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to get a warrant for phone data? Probable cause.
Probable. Probable.
Probable cause. Probable cause. Bring him in for questioning. Technically, you have jurisdiction.
Technically. Technically.
Technically, you have jurisdiction. Circumstantial, yes, but plausible. I know you've reopened cases on less.
Reopen. Reopen.
I know you've reopened cases on less. CNN tried to get a hold of this. We 86'd it out of respect to the family. The footage.
Footage. Footage.
The footage. One was a 70-year-old woman with macular degeneration. All she saw was a blur. The second was the conductor of the train.
Conductor. Conductor.
The second was the conductor of the train.
We should limit the agenda to a couple of key issues. Import tariffs on industrial manufactured goods.
Tariff. Tariff.
Import tariffs on industrial manufactured goods. Import tariffs on industrial manufactured goods and export quotas on rare earth elements.
Quota. Quota.
And export quotas on rare earth elements. And export quotas on rare earth elements. They're using both as political levers.
Lever. Lever.
They're using both as political levers. But I'm a businessman with 35 years experience working in China. When they come to the table, you don't get greedy.
Greedy. Greedy.
When they come to the table, you don't get greedy.
The president is like a lone tree in an empty field.
Lone. Lone.
The president is like a lone tree in an empty field.
Diane says she likes it long. I told her she'll feel differently once she sees the first dreadlock. Or
Dread. Dread.
once she sees the first dreadlock. Or round up a couple dozen commitments before you announce. That would make you an instant contender.
Contender. Contender.
That would make you an instant contender.
Whatever bug you put in his ear broke deep.
It's easy. The man adores you like your own child.
Adore. Adore.
It's easy. The man adores you like your own child.
Let's talk about the schedule. I think we need to be more selective with the events I do.
Selective. Selective.
I think we need to be more selective with the events I do. You're cheating.
No, I'm not. It's vapor.
Vapor. Vapor.
No, I'm not. It's vapor.
Still.
You should try it. Addiction without the consequences.
Con. Con.
Addiction without the consequences.
You should have consulted us first before speaking publicly.
The press was on her doorstep, and the president was in another hemisphere.
Hemisphere. Hemisphere.
And the president was in another hemisphere.
It's good to see you, Claire. It's been a long time.
Yes.
Harvard, we were classmates.
Classmate. Classmate.
Harvard, we were classmates. Anyway, let you get back to your work.
Thank you. I've remembered. Interestingly enough,
Interestingly. Interestingly.
Interestingly enough,
You think I'm insane?
I don't think you're insane.
Insane. Insane.
Don't think you're insane. Your notes aren't convincing. The police reports don't prove a link. And the speculative leaps you're making?
I know. Hold
speculative, speculative,
The speculative leaps you're making?
I know. Hold.
You think I don't want to smash things?
smash, smash,
You think I don't want to smash things?
And how did that translate into a direct ultimatum?
Well, sometimes my delegates try to read between the lines.
delegate, delegate,
Well, sometimes my delegates try to read between the lines. Sometimes my delegates try to read between the lines. They know that I need plausible deniability for diplomatic purposes.
What?
diploma, diploma,
They know that I need plausible deniability for diplomatic purposes.
What?
Just us three. Morning, Raymond.
My contacts in Beijing tell me the Minister of Commerce is in a tizzy.
commerce, commerce,
Tell me the Minister of Commerce is in a tizzy. My contacts in Beijing tell me the Minister of Commerce is in a tizzy. Wants to use this as an excuse to start clenching fists.
clench, clench,
Wants to use this as an excuse to start clenching fists.
Sir, forgive me if this isn't the case, but...
hesitant, hesitant,
Well, you've raised a good point about public perception. I don't want you to think that I'm dismissing your concerns casually.
casually, casually,
That I'm dismissing your concerns casually. There is some insight into what Kathy brought up.
Backpedaling is weakness.
pedal, pedal,
Backpedaling is weakness.
Throw support to the other? That'll dwarf any following she has.
dwarf, dwarf,
That'll dwarf any following she has. Screw committees. I'll have a direct line to the speaker. Don't be stubborn, Jack.
Stubborn. Stubborn.
Don't be stubborn, Jack.
Revenge. Really?
It's not revenge.
revenge, revenge,
It's not revenge.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Buckwalter won't budge.
You know, there's nothing I despise more in life than pettiness.
despise, despise,
You know, there's nothing I despise more in life than pettiness. This is my file on Ted, an illegitimate daughter, the nanny, of course.
nanny, nanny,
The nanny, of course.
Not too long. A little bit, but not much. This part, 3 paragraphs in.
paragraph, paragraph,
This part, 3 paragraphs in.
For too long, we've danced on eggshells regarding the issue of cyber warfare.
warfare, warfare,
Danced on eggshells regarding the issue of cyber warfare. As well as this deliberate targeting of our government's online infrastructure, well, then that is proof of a double standard mentality.
mentality, mentality,
Well, then that is proof of a double standard mentality. That
as long as the White House continues to behave this way, any future bilateral trade talks will be impossible.
bilateral, bilateral,
Any future bilateral trade talks will be impossible.
It is, isn't it?
We have our fortress now.
fortress, fortress,
We have our fortress now.